If you guys have not watched Music Keeps Me Going, A Day to Remember edition, please make sure you click here and you watch that, because I am going to refer to some stories and some things I said in that video. Please go click that, go watch that video, so I don't have to repeat myself, because repeating myself is not my favorite thing to do. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jess, and you're watching another thrilling vlog from Stress in a Box. I thought I'd give you guys what you wanted here on my Set It Off blog, and that is my story of how Set It Off keeps me going. But I think you guys really need to hear the whole truth and nothing but the truth when it comes to the band Set It Off, and why I'm such a fan, why I run a blog, why I've been to like 15 shows in the past like 5 years, because a lot of you guys think that's a little bit excessive. In high school, I didn't have the support system. I didn't have these friends I could count on. I didn't really trust my family with things, and I was scared a lot of the time, and I didn't understand mental illness. I didn't understand anything at the time. I was just this delicate little thing that if you poked it, it would crack and turn to dust and then probably float away in the wind. That was what I was in high school. There was one instance in particular, and that was one night I sat in my room. My best friend at the time and I were fighting, and we were taking a break from being friends just because both of us couldn't handle losing this friend and couldn't handle me as a person, because I was literally just so fucked up at the time. And excuse my choice of wording, but fucked up is the best wording I have for this. I was so just mentally, physically exhausted with everything. I had no way that I could put forth energy into forming basic human connections, even with the people that I had it with to begin with. What I needed at that time was I needed at least one person who understood what was going on, what I was going through. And somehow I freaking found that through music, which is really weird to say out loud and say to you guys. But I remember there was one night in particular. My mom wasn't home, my sister was off at college, I was alone in my own mind, which is never a good thing for anybody, I don't think. I felt like my entire world was just crumbling inwards and there was nothing I could do about it. I don't even know how to put this into words, I'm sorry. I sat there in my room and I thought of all these things I could do to end my life, that it would make everything stop, and I sat there and I thought about that as the logical way to solve these problems that 17, 18-year-old me was going through. And I know a lot of my friends and family who are watching this are like, oh, well, you had me, why didn't you tell me that this was going on? You could have called me or texted me that night. That's not how it works. When you are in a state of depression, you don't think like that. You look at yourself in the situation you're in right now, and in that situation I was sitting in my room, I was alone, there was nobody there, I felt alone. I didn't think any of my friends would care, I didn't think any of my family would care, I didn't think my mom would care or my sister would care. That is what depression does to you. It makes you feel like nobody gives a shit about your existence. In my mind, I had no one to reach out to and tell them how I was feeling at that moment in time. I had nothing that motivated me to make it to the next day. I was alone in my own mental state. I felt like I had absolutely no one. When you were at that brink, where you were at that moment where you're like, I could walk into the other room and I could end my life right now, you don't think about picking up the phone. You don't think that you could call your mom and say, can you come home? I really need someone to hug me right now. You don't think to call your sister, who would willingly take the bus 6 hours to sit with you in your room and watch you cry. You don't think about that. When you're in that state of mind, you don't have rational thinking. You don't think about the fact that you have people there. You think about what you're feeling in that moment, and in that moment I felt alone, like really, really alone. And so I thought about it, and I sat there and I laid on my bed and I thought of all these ways that I could go and I could just end everything that night. Like, I had a plethora of ways that I could do that in my own home. But for some reason in my brain that was trying to find these excuses not to do it, I decided to pull out my laptop, of all things, and Google search songs to listen to when you're sad. I finally found this song on YouTube. It was a suggested video called Missing You by Set It Off. And I was like, wow, I miss all these people. And I clicked it. And it played. And that song that I heard right then and there, that song, Missing You by Set It Off, was the epitome of how I felt in that moment. I played that song on repeat all night, and God, I told myself I wasn't gonna cry in this one. I played it on repeat all night. All damn night that song was playing on repeat, and I fell asleep to that song that night, and I woke up to that song the next day, and I sat there and I was like, you did it. You made it to the next day. You can keep doing this. You can keep making it to the next day. I don't know where I would be if I hadn't listened to that song. Everything around me right now, I wouldn't have. And honestly, that's terrifying to me to think that. The point of this video is for me to tell you guys that you guys are not alone in this battle you feel like you're fighting every day. And you guys can make it to the next day. And just find something that'll help you make it to the next day, because you can freaking make it to the sunrise. I swear to God, you can make it to the sunrise. I want you guys to see life as an amazing adventure that is just starting for you, because life is a trip, and depression and suicidal thoughts and anxiety and every single array of mental health issues that you can have is so hard. If you do have mental illness, you know exactly what I just freaking said. This whole video makes perfect sense to you, but I hate that it makes sense to you, because that means you're fighting an unseen battle that I don't want you to be fighting. And I want you to know that you're not fighting this alone. And I've said this to you guys so many times, that you can come to me and you can tell me literally anything, and I will be there for you. I literally have my ask box open on Tumblr 24/7 for you guys to come to as yourselves or on anonymous, whatever the hell you want, because I don't want you guys to feel like you're going through this shit alone, especially because I've been there and I know what it's like to be 17 or 18 years old and feeling alone, and like you hate everything and you hate who you are and you hate what you are, and I've been there. I understand that, and the place I'm in now is so much better than where I was at 17, 18 years old. It honest to God freaking gets better, and I want you guys to be here for that day when you realize I love my life, because I can say right now I love where I'm at. And I want you guys to be able to make it through this stuff, make it to the next day, make it to the next year, make it to the next 10 years. We are going on an adventure together every day, every month, every year that goes by, and I love having you guys in my life in your own little way, through your comments, through your likes, through your reblogs, through anything that you guys do to interact with me on any social media. You guys have been freaking amazing. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done. You have flown me to the moon and back, and I want you guys to remember that life is worth living, no matter how shitty it seems at one point in time. There's always another point where you're gonna be on top of the world. I'll talk to you guys next week, and I love you guys so damn much, and I wouldn't be making videos today if it wasn't for all you guys who watch them. So fist bump to you guys.
I never felt so broken down, never felt so alone until I hit the ground. We all have our ups, our downs, our stories that we hold that go untold. And so we just lay down, knocked out, waiting for the cure. You're not alone. When you look down, does it seem so far? here to tell you that you are loved, you are loved, that you are loved, you are loved. Happiness can seem to be so distant, while tissues fill the trash. People put you down, but they're not worth it. Don't be deceived again. They play with feelings like they're meaningless to you. Oh, check my pulse now, let us review. When you look down, does it seem so far away? Are the names so hard to take? Great escape, we are not so different, I can tell, 'cause I've stood right where you're standing, bruised, battered, beaten, broken down.
Thank you to Set It Off in particular for getting me through that night and getting me here and being just the most amazing guys you are, with the hugs you guys give me at shows, with the music you guys make. Emotions are our lives, and our emotions can run us to the moon or they can run us into the ground, and it's all up to how you guys interpret that in life.